Bitch, off his
Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Yeah.
Hello guys, welcome to the RodReacts Show. I'm here with, introduce yourself.
Let's get it. So yeah, my name's Femi. At name FemiTheHooper.
Believe the name, fam. Believe the name.
Come on, I'm about it. I'm about that
Finsbury
name.
Park.
That's what I'm saying. Hooping everywhere. Always balling. Love for the game. So I'm here, man. Good to be in the show still.
Yeah. So obviously NBA season now. This off season that went by, we all know more or less like what happened, who went where. But in terms of the new duos and such, like it's just looking crazy. Especially like for example, there was some negative connotation on it because like when every duo kind of came together, you know, LeBron AD, Paul George and Kawhi and you know Kyrie and KD, everyone was like, yeah, that's gonna be sick. The season's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
As soon as it was Russell Westbrook and James Harden, it was negative. They're not gonna work. It's gonna be too much. Like I don't know why there was negative connotations around it, but in terms of new duos, who do you think is gonna be the cleanest duo and like the most intriguing, or who might flop the worst?
First of all, I don't even think the Beard and the Brody together. Like, I don't think Harden and Westbrook's even a bad combo. I think that's a nice combo. I think Westbrook is a mad upgrade from Chris Paul.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Bigger, stronger, faster. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an upgrade from Chris Paul. I rate Chris Paul highly as well, but
100%.
Westbrook's an upgrade from Chris Paul.
Exactly.
In terms of the cleanest duo, you can't go against Bron and AD, man.
My nigga.
Bron and AD, listen.
This is what I've been saying, but everyone I know got onto me saying, LeBron AD cleanest. Nah, it's Kawhi and Paul George.
Nah, listen, Kawhi and Paul George, yeah, those two, they're more or less the same position, more or less, yeah.
That's exactly,
and even now, I still don't see how they're gonna gel. I don't see it because Paul George, even with Westbrook, yeah, you know, he had his time when he'll take over the ball and you know, he'll be the guy in the fourth quarter to handle the rock. But after what Kawhi did last year, it's going to be tough to deny him the ball in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? So those two working together, I don't know how it's going to gel. Don't get me wrong. If I'm a GM and I have those two at my disposal, like, come on, man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a madness. But LeBron and AD, are you crazy? Yeah, you can't. That's the best duo, yeah, we've seen in like a while, like a long while. I'm talking maybe since LeBron and D-Wade, because D-Wade was still near enough around his prime, you know what I'm saying? But LeBron and AD, I don't even think LeBron has to do too much. If LeBron can average maybe between 20 and 25 a game, AD handles the rest, they're good to go.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? I just think they need a couple more pieces around them, as in just knockdown shooters, man.
Yeah, because
they're shooting. Yeah,
they have Danny Green is a good addition. Just come off a championship. He shot the best percentage last season, 3-point. But I think he's the right spot.
Danny Green, he's a bit like, I don't know, like
he's up and down.
I used to be like, no, Danny Green's that go-to guy. Yeah. That I will need, that 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm saying? I think he's one of the first really early ones where you were like, this guy can shoot the free well, shoot the rock well, and can play the, like, you know what I'm saying, pick up any perimeter player. Yeah.
Exactly. But
now, the defense still there, but he's streaky as a shooter, man. You saw like in the playoffs, like the Raptors playoff runs, like some games when he's hot, Raptors use him. They use him well. But then when he's off, he almost loses them the game. Even that title clinching game, I remember he did that dumbass turnover. I remember. Like,
yeah, and he almost.
That's what I mean. Green, man.
It's a good addition still, obviously compared to the team last season. Like getting Danny Green in there, because obviously Lakers need the defense there.
Yeah.
Was like, but getting Avery Bradley and Danny Green, at least that adds different. Obviously AD, like that's now you've got two decent perimeter defenders.
Yeah.
And then you've got a great interior defender now as well. And JaVale McGee is still a bit of a trouble.
Javon McGee is a problem. I'm sorry.
It's just because he's clumsy.
I'm sorry.
Like, clumsy things.
We can't blame him. Even Shaq as well. Shaq knows that Javon McGee.
He boys him, but he has respect. I know it's like.
Even with Golden State when they were going on their playoff runs, and they had Javon McGee. I think Javon McGee got 2 rings with them.
Yeah.
But
he was doing well.
He was actually an integral part when you look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Doing well.
Like no one was really going in the paint because they knew that McGee was there. You know what I'm saying? And even on offense isn't so bad. Like he knows a post move or two. Exactly. If you give him the ball, he knows what he's doing. He knows a little post move or two.
And he's been making a lot of. Well, he's been working on like mid range. I see. Like obviously
just don't call him a guard, man, because I saw some highlights. I saw some highlights the other day. Literally on the preseason game. Yeah. And like he was just trying to bring the ball up. Yeah.
It's too like you can't.
Don't do that one. Yeah.
Don't do that in the season.
You better forget that one, man.
That's what. Like AD.
You better just forget that one, man.
But even with maybe back to Kawhi and Paul George, like I see what you mean. Like I don't know how exactly they're gonna proper gel, but because Paul George can play second fiddle to anyone, is why I think this will be alright, because then he's gonna kind of do it with Kawhi, and plus Kawhi now doesn't have to have that load as much. Like with Raps, obviously it had to be him. If it wasn't him, who was it? It's like flipping, kind of like what Alexis when he was at Arsenal. Yeah, like he had to do too much. So it's one of the ones where that's what Kawhi was doing in Raptors, but now it's not like exactly a Spurs vibe, but I think it's like an upgraded, it's like a modernized Spurs vibe.
If we're being honest, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And especially having in the Clippers, having Doc Rivers, having such an established system, because his system is, Popovich-esque, do you know what I'm saying? But with that said, like, with Kawhi, he needs to now settle back into being either the number 1 or the number 2 guy on the team, depending. Do you know what I mean? Because Paul George was near enough MVP candidate last season. He was an MVP candidate last season.
Till All-Star break when his shoulder messed up. But if that happened, he would be in the conversation. He was in the conversation. He was killing,
man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like offensively, I feel Paul George is that bit more fluid than Kawhi.
That's just a big time shot. Look at the expression on Kawhi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kawhi is nice though. Kawhi got a bag now. Like you really seeing him put out some moves. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi is nice. But I feel like Paul George is a bit more silky, a bit more natural. Do you know what I'm saying? When Paul George handles the rock, you feel a lot more comfortable.
You don't feel like he's like you probably feel like he's a not get wrong, we know that Kawhi is a two-way player, but you probably feel the two-way in Paul George. Like I was watching these isolation finishes the other day. He just looks so smooth, like
Paul George is so silky, man. Like his little jab steps, everything, like, and the way he just manages his first step is so quick, so quick, and he's so athletic. I don't know how he's doing it with the injuries he's had. He's so athletic, it's ridiculous. So like with Kawhi just for me, he's systematic. He's very he's like I said that he's the closest thing to Michael Jordan in the sense that like. His basketball's just very organised, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like his dribbles, the amount of dribbles he's taking, you could tell he's thinking about it and all that stuff. But it's just it's very controlled, disciplined basketball. Yeah, whereas Paul George is that kind of like hooper, where it's like just give him the rock and he'll get your bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Like it doesn't matter who's there, he'll get the bucket. He'll find a way to get the bucket or put himself in a position to be fouled and get the bucket. Like,
that's the thing, man. The thing with Clippers, is that because they already have that established system there, everyone just thinks, man, it's just going to be the same thing next year. But that necessarily might not be the case.
I don't think that's the case, because like when Lou Williams come off the bench, he was just giving the ball, he'll get you a bucket, boom. So I feel like they've got a system in place on how to play, but they've got holes in the system where, we need Paul George, his third quarter, we're down by 5, we need to get some buckets, give him the ball, clear out, boom. I feel like they're going to kind of adjust to that system now.
Because having too many options isn't always the greatest thing. It's not.
People think
there's been so many teams in the past year, off the top of my head, Lakers, back in like 2013 when there was like Nash and Dwight Howard and Kobe, and you're thinking, this is unfair and all that stuff. But when you have too many options, even when Lakers lost to Detroit back in when was it, 04 whatever, when they had like Gary Payton, I know these men were like at the end of their careers, but they were still ballers. You know what I'm saying? Karl Malone. Like it's ridiculous, isn't it? Like the amount of ballers they had here. But the thing is, too many options, not the one. Lou Williams had the fluidity, and Lou Williams, when he's in a system where it's just like, okay, I have the rock, I could do whatever. That's when he thrives. The thing is, he's gonna come off as a 6 man again, But having Paul George and Kawhi there, Paul George and Kawhi's usage rates, it's gonna be interesting to see. Especially when Lou Williams comes on, because I doubt Doc Rivers will be comfortable taking Paul George and Kawhi out for like.
Yeah, because their bench kind of thins out a bit, but I think what they would do, or if I was Doc Rivers, I'll get Kawhi out and Beverly out to put Lou Williams and Paul George. I think them two, because like Paul George can start more. They can click more. So I think that second unit should involve those two, where the offense runs through Lou Williams because he can do it, and then Paul George is there like a safety. I think that there is like how they'd want to play it. Just like, for example, Pat Beverly and Kawhi. The
way Paul George's game is packaged, he could play well with scoring guards.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He could play really well with scoring guards. Kawhi, I'm not so sure. If I'm honest, it hasn't been proven. You know what I'm saying? Having someone like Kyle Lowry last year was perfect. Because Lowry don't really care about getting these buckets. You know what I'm saying? He will if he has to. But he don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to do whatever he can, like especially on the defensive end. To make sure the team's in a better position.
That's why I make sure that Patrick Beverly's on with Kawhi, because he's not a scoring guard. He's he's more of a defensive playmaker. Like he just does the right thing at the right time, and defensively he's a nuisance.
No, he's nice. Like Beverly, like, and big up him for getting that contract as well. You know what I'm saying? Big up him for getting that. That's well deserved. Beverly is nice, and I feel like the Clippers are nice. But if I'm honest, I don't think they're finishing as even a top 2 seed.
What? Bro, I'm out, man.
I'm honest, hot take, right? Hot take.
You don't think Clippers are going to get top 2 seed?
Revisit me at the end of the season. I don't think so,
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't think they're going to get top seed. I think like they'll finish as the 3 seed. This is regular season. They might win the chip, who knows? But I'm saying regular season, I don't see that team lasting 81 games, man. Like having Paul George. Like, hopefully there's no injuries, man. I want to see everyone at their best, innit? But having Paul George, Kawhi, do you know what I'm saying? And then, you have these other pieces around you. They'll get into a system. I can see them get into a system where they start to rely on one or both of them. And if one or both of them goes out, what's the team like then? And then they have to figure it out and try and play like last year, but they've already moved on from last year. I see other teams, like there's a team that I think will take the 2 seed, innit? But that's a hot take.
What team is that?
That's a team for later, huh?
Wait, what team? Wait.
Like Charles Barkley would say, don't sleep on my Nuggets. Listen,
no, you know what? I actually had
Denver.
I
loaded,
had as well.
man.
I had Nuggets being number 1 or 2. So like, I said Defo second seed. Because the fact second seed in the West last year. The thing is, obviously, it was more.
They almost got the 1 seed, but Golden State were always smoking.
That's the thing. Because Golden State was like a juggernaut, but without having that there, even though it's more balanced, I think now they can actually get the 1st or 2nd seed, and they're so loaded.
They're loaded.
Like the bench unit, and now that they've
actually got scoring wings now, man.
It's a lot, and I even realised they got flipping Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant. That's what I'm saying. That's another athletic wing.
It's a lot, nah.
You know what I'm saying? It makes sense.
And the thing is, you need to take a hard loss to get the the way Portland got slapped how many times, and they came out this season with smoke. Obviously, it was hard because they got Golden State, cool, that was always hard, but the way they came back on so much smoke, I feel like that's what Denver is coming on, like just to...
No, Denver's going to be ridiculous this season. I know, I've seen the media pics of Jokic. Jokic looking a bit extra thick, you feel me?
Eat good. I watch a TV show. Then I eat good again.
You look at extra thick. Which doesn't make sense to me because he just finished the FIBA World Cup. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, I don't mind because in my opinion, when it comes to the bigs, the thicker the better. No joke. Kevin Love is a perfect example for me. When Kevin Love was a thick guy, when he was a big guy
at the Timberwolves, he was
my favourite, at a point, he was actually my favourite player like in the league, or one of my favourite players. double machine.
Yeah, easy.
Well, like the boards that he used to get, he was so undersized as well, and he will average like 15 rebounds. It was stupid. I remember when he got 30 and 30 against the Knicks, bro.
Look, check it, and I don't need motivation. Me, I had that when I was stuck up in a station. Started off with nothing, why would I just get complacent?